Hey everyone, I'm Rachel.
And I'm David.
And we are on the Diamond Princess in Japan, and we want to give you a ship tour.
Let's go.
We just spent a 10-day voyage on the Diamond Princess in Japan and North Korea, so we're going to show you the different spaces on the ship and then end with our full review. The Diamond Princess first sailed in 2004 and primarily cruises in Asia and Australia for princess cruises. Both the Diamond and her sister ship, the Sapphire Princess, were the first princess ships to be built in Japan. On our voyage, we got to visit the port of Nagasaki where the Diamond was built, and they even had a special banner out to welcome us there.
The Diamond Princess underwent an extensive refurbishment in February of 2019, which is when some of the more Asian-inspired elements were added to the ship.
The Diamond holds 2,670 passengers and has 17 floors. You can watch a full tour and review of a balcony room here, but this video is focusing on the public spaces. Let's start at the top of the ship on the sky level. Center court is a basketball court encased in a net. It gets pretty windy, so you'll have to keep an eye on the ball.
The other draw of the sky deck is the Skywalker's Nightclub. This club can be accessed all day long for a quiet place to have a drink or play some cards, but at night, it turns into a party with disco lights and music until the early morning hours.
Down one level, the sports deck holds the added cost adult-only Sanctuary Lounge, where you can rent a lounger for $40 a day or a cabana for $80 for a half day. In the aft of the sports deck is the Oasis, which is the free adults-only area. It has its own bar, 2 hot tubs, 2 shuffleboard setups, and a giant chess set. Right below the Oasis on the sun deck are the youth and teen centers, as well as one of the key Asian-inspired features that makes the Diamond special, the Izumi Japanese bath. Izumi was modeled after a traditional Japanese onsen, with indoor and outdoor hot bath areas, saunas, steam, and cold showers. Men and women have separate facilities that are clothing optional, but can mingle in the outdoor bath where bathing suits are required. Additional charges apply, but you can get 5 90-minute sessions for around $75.
Moving forward on the sun deck, you reach the Trade Winds bar, and then, inside, you have the Lotus spa. The spa has its own sauna, steam room, and pool, and also houses the Salon. Walking through the spa will take you to the fitness center, which has a good variety of weights, ellipticals, treadmills, and even some exercise bikes.
The Lido deck is a staple of most princess ships, and the Diamond Princess's is fairly standard. Neptune's Reef and Pool is the largest pool on board and is outside, along with its 2 hot tubs and outdoor showers. Tables line both sides of the deck around the pool, which is a great thing because you can grab a quick bite from either the nearby Prego Pizzeria or Trident Grill. Prego Pizzeria has pre-made pizzas every day, so you can walk up and grab a slice or 2. Trident Grill makes burgers, chicken, hot dogs, and french fries fresh to order and is our favorite place for an afternoon or after-dinner snack. Their Mermaid Tail bar sits between the 2 quick-service restaurants, and the entire area is a great place to watch movies under the stars when the weather is good.
Swirl's Ice Cream is right outside the midship elevators. They serve free soft-serve ice cream as well as premium desserts like the ridiculous sundaes included with the princess packages. Past that is the Calypso Reef Pool, hot tubs, and bar, which are enclosed and shielded from the elements.
The Diamond's Buffet, Horizon Court, takes up the majority of the aft Lido deck. There are 2 sides, and in our experience, both are only open in the busier times, like breakfast and lunch on sea days. The buffet is one of the smaller ones we've seen on princess ships, with some standbys like a salad bar, bread station, cheeses and meats, and other dishes that change out based on the day. For breakfast, they also have an omelet station, cereal, and pastries. They offer a variety of juices and carafes in the morning, and lemonade and iced tea in the afternoon and evening. Water, coffee, and hot tea are always available as well.
Half of the buffet area is closed off every evening to become the Tresca Grill, an added-cost Brazilian steakhouse and salad bar. At the aft of the Lido deck are the Outriggers bar and Horizon Terrace. Both overlook the terrace pool below, which is the only public area on the Aloha deck.
The Promenade, Fiesta, and Plaza decks all have the Grand Plaza at their center. It's a lobby space where Princess has dance parties, games like Officers vs. Guests, and music from the onboard musicians. The Promenade deck is aptly named because it has an outdoor deck that circles the entire ship. It's a great place to watch sunsets. Club Fusion takes up the aft space on the Promenade deck. It's a large venue with its own bar that's used for comedy shows, dance classes, live music, and bingo. There's a staircase in Club Fusion that takes you down to the Wakeview bar, which is just a small room with portholes that look out to the sea.
The oceanfront and photo gallery desks are also on the Promenade deck. There you can buy accessories for your medallion or purchase photos taken by princess photographers. 2 more added cost restaurants are also in this area: Sabatini's Italian Trattoria and Kai Sushi. Sabatini's is an Italian restaurant that is standard across many princess ships, but Kai Sushi is unique to the Diamond and serves sushi or Japanese set meals during some sea day lunches.
The Explorers Lounge is another venue popular for trivia and game shows. It has its own bar and does get pretty crowded and warm during the most popular events. The Crooners bar, where you can find a piano player singing Elton John or Billy Joel most nights, and the Shops of Princess surround the Grand Plaza on this deck. There are several shops on the Diamond Princess between the Promenade and Fiesta decks. They contain a variety of items from expensive jewelry to resort wear, princess-branded merchandise, and necessities like band-aids and sunscreen. The Wheelhouse bar is a quiet lounge space that serves all kinds of drinks every day. We've played cards there on more than one occasion. The Princess Theater is at the front of the ship on both the Promenade and Fiesta decks. The theater is where Princess puts on their production shows, plays movies on bad weather days, and hosts guest entertainers. The seats are plush, albeit close together, and they're angled in a way that means pretty much every seat has a good view.
Churchill Cigar Lounge is right outside of the lower level of the Princess Theater on the Fiesta deck. This is one of the indoor smoking areas on the Diamond Princess. The wedding chapel is nearby on the way to the Grand Casino, which is also an indoor smoking area.
The Grand Casino has its own bar and is filled with typical table games and slot machines. It has a good amount of space compared to some other Princess casinos we've played in, but unfortunately on our sailing, a good portion of slot machines were not functioning. There are both smoking and non-smoking slot machine sections, but since they're all in the same room, keep in mind that you can always smell smoke when the casino is open.
Guest services is a main feature of the Fiesta deck, where Princess crew work hard to resolve any guest issues that might arise during your cruise. Our advice, though, is to use the crew chat on the Princess app for simple questions, since you can avoid the line and get an answer while enjoying some of the festivities on board.
There are 3 main dining rooms on the Fiesta deck. The Pacific Moon and Santa Fe dining rooms are right off the Grand Plaza. The International dining room is on the same level but can only be accessed by the aft elevators or stairs, and is typically the only dining room where they'll host seated breakfast or lunch. The other 2 dining rooms, the Savoy and Vivaldi, are located a deck below on the Plaza deck right off the lowest level of the Grand Plaza. All main dining rooms on the Fiesta and Plaza decks share the same menu, but have different aesthetics. Some require advanced reservations while others have walk-up availability, so it's best to check your Princess app for up-to-date information.
The Good Spirits at Sea bar is to one side of the Grand Plaza and is where they host cocktail demonstrations periodically throughout each cruise. On the other side are the future cruise planning desks and the Internet Cafe. Both of these spaces are much larger than on other Princess ships we have sailed on. The Diamond's sister ship, the Sapphire Princess, converted its Internet Cafe into an international cafe, and we think that this is a better use for the space.
The library is also on the Plaza deck and has a variety of free games and books to rent throughout your cruise, as well as daily crosswords. The Captain Circle Loyalty Desk and Shore Excursions desks round out the Grand Plaza and lead right into the Fine Arts Gallery as you walk towards the staterooms on that deck. The Gala deck's only common area is the Medical Center, which we hope no one has to visit on their cruise. And that rounds out the overview of the spaces around the Diamond Princess, so now we'll share our honest thoughts about our time on the ship. Hey everybody, thanks for joining us on our walkthrough of the Diamond Princess cruise ship. I do feel like it is a smaller ship, so it doesn't really feel super crowded for the most part. So I do like that everybody's kind of spread out a little bit, but there are certain times when things do feel crowded, like when you're in the buffet in the morning. I think almost every cruise ship I've ever been on has that problem.
Yeah.
But the buffet is always super crowded. And then every single seat gets taken in the theater for the early show. No joke. Like, people will sit apart from their family to see that early show.
There were people like taking individual seats. They were breaking up to do it. And maybe part of that is that they know the show is going to be good. I do think like the entertainment has been really good and really fun. I felt like the audience was really getting into it.
Oh, yeah.
So I think part of it is that. But I agree, like we've been on smaller ships before and you have elbow space and breathing room and stuff like that, and you feel that on this ship too. Overall, I do feel like we've gone to get on elevators and there was literally no one there, and it feels like a ghost town sometimes. I don't feel claustrophobic on this ship despite it being so small. I really appreciate that, and I know there are a lot of cruisers out there that only want to do smaller ships because that's kind of a luxury in and of itself. So I think this is a good ship for that, especially if you're okay with some of the age showing on the ship. So.
Yeah, and we talked about the buffet, but I want to talk a little bit more about food other than that.
For me, I thought the main dining room was actually pretty interesting because they don't just have princess favorites. That's something that every princess cruise does, is have the princess favorite, but they also have the Japanese princess favorites. So dishes that are favored by the Japanese tourists that they have on board. And I thought that was actually pretty cool. I actually ended up ordering a decent number of things off of that menu just because it's something you really don't get.
We've really missed the International Cafe. This ship is the only ship in Princess's fleet that does not have an international cafe. So if you want food after about 11 o'clock at night, you have to order room service or you're not getting anything.
Fortunately, we've been so tired, we're not up super late on this particular cruise. I don't know, that was really jarring not to see the international cafe. So
I agree. Also, the internet has not been super great.
Yeah, that's affected me a little bit more than it's affected you. There was a full day where we had a complete outage. Yeah. There was no connection at all. For this particular region, I would probably do this with any cruise line, to be honest, that's cruising this area. I would just go ahead and download my stuff before we got on board.
And the last thing we want to talk about is the staff. There are a lot of them. Like, I feel like there's a lot of staff around constantly on this ship. And I feel like a lot of them do speak Japanese, and I think that's a really cool thing that they do for the Japanese guests, because the ship does mainly stay over in Japan and in Australia. We've had some good experiences. Our stateroom steward has been amazing.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He's really nice, and he's just so fast. we never see him, but he's doing his job really, really well.
Yeah.
We've noticed a few other places, like just staff not being as smiley necessarily as they are on other ships.
The security people are not friendly at all.
They actually don't really even acknowledge you.
Honestly, yeah, you tap your medallion and you hear the sound, but for them to not say, okay, next, or anything like that, I could see that being very confusing if you've never done a princess cruise or never even used the medallions before. You know, obviously the cruise director and the cruise director staff are all very friendly and super nice and cute.
Yeah, there are some activities both in Japanese and English, like separate ones, but then they try their best to kind of speak in both languages if there's something that's going on that they think everybody is involved in. So very, very friendly, and overall we've enjoyed this ship.
Oh, of course, yeah.
We've had a great time. I mean, if you're on a cruise and you're not having a great time, it's partially on you.
Yeah, we say it all the time where if, you know, cruising's not for everybody, but sometimes you have to be able to pivot and make adjustments and make your own fun.
So have you sailed on the Diamond Princess, or do you have any other questions about things we may not have covered? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoy this video and want to see more travel content from us, please like this video and subscribe to our channel on YouTube. But for now, I'm Rachel.
And I'm David.
And we hope this video helped you find the right direction for your next adventure. Bye!